Guys, it's a beautiful day today and I have such amazing gist for you. I am musical Amy and with me is...
Hi guys, it's Samarachi.
So I'm sure some of us have already heard about the Hurricane Ernesto that happened over the weekend. I was looking at how the protocols in place were implemented, how there was the calling infrastructures and everything, how they record people, how they were moved for safety and everything. I was just thinking, like, these are hurricanes, these are natural disasters that nobody knows when it's happening. It just strikes, it just happens like that, and there are already protocols in place for this kind of thing. And I was like, in Nigeria, we know when rainy season is coming. We know when the dry season is coming. We know when the harmattan season is coming. And yet, we don't do anything. There's no protocols, no safety.
We're not developed.
We are developing, not developed, but we are developing. We know these things. It's like a year in, year out. Okay, like floods. We know that once it's going to rain, the gutters, the roads are going to get flooded. Why are there no infrastructures in place for this? And why is it always the patch work that we are having around?
Like I said, we're not developed because no, I don't think anybody is thinking about things like that. Like you said, hurricane is a natural disaster that nobody even knows when it's going to happen. It just happens. All those earthquakes that they have there, tsunamis, when they have even drastic floods over there, they bounce back from it so fast. I used to hear somebody say something that if we were to have natural disasters here in Nigeria, we will never recover from it. That God clearly knows what He did by not giving us natural disasters. If not, we will not recover from it, which is very true. Because small flood will come out, the road is bad. You know, before they even fix the road, tankers or trailers, before they fix it, you are begging everybody. People in the community will not have to do the work that we are paying taxes for.
And it's not a complicated thing. These are floods. We know it's because of you are flooding. It's flooding a place. Create gutters that
it's not the gutter that they are building houses on top of. So how do they want to have passage? I don't even feel like the government is thinking that direction, to be very honest. Because if they are running for election or things like that, they're only thinking of, okay, this place, this state, let me do these streets, let me do that, let me do all of that.
Come and carry basket on your head and let them snap you.
They're not thinking for the long run. When they eventually get into the seats, what are they doing? Nothing. If it's now that they're sitting down in the seat and they're thinking like all these other countries, whereby I think I read something where they said something about canopies in Dubai when it is very hot. Marina. Yeah, when it's very hot, they put like canopies so that their people can walk. You know, you're not being hit by the scorching sun.
We know how mad our heat is. We're even suffering it now. But no, we want to take a break. We have to go and beg all those hawkers that have canopies. Can we just sit down? Who even allow you to go and sit down in there? So you not buying your work by yourself. Go and buy Pepsi and drink, and you know that this is what you are in this country.
The government is not thinking about that.
We know how the government, but we also know that if we were loud enough, the government will be forced.
How many loud are we loud?
No, I don't think Most Gen, I'm not talking about our millennials and our boomers now. We're talking about the Gen Zs now. No offense, guys. No, the Gen Zs. We know that if we shout, like if we are how they call it, technological warriors now, the phone warriors. Was it not because they were dragging Buhari that he had to ban Twitter forever because the noise was so much?
Yeah, I get that, but then at the same time, if we realize something in these countries that the government does what the government wants to do, like they just do them. Whether you want to come out today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and complain. I mean, this protest that they protested, what's changed? Nothing. Changed. So people are out there losing money, not going to work. People's lives are at risk. People died, different things. You're speaking to people that are not hearing you. If it's a country whereby, okay, the government is even out to listen, they've seen these people have come out in the streets, they are being serious, and they want to change one or two things, you see I will understand what you're talking about. But now the government is not. A whole senator could say, you will be out there protesting, I'll be in my house eating food. Something as insensitive and senseless as that. Why would they now be thinking about? Why would they now be thinking about things that to prevent natural disasters? Have they finished putting money in their pockets?
I feel like yes, there's the government issue, but I feel like we can't deny that there have been times when the noise in the country was so much that they even if it was just a bare minimum, they had to have acted. I feel like
I feel like it depends on the government that was on seat.
Maybe. Yes,
True.
there's
There are some
that.
people, you as a
That
person
don't
now,
care.
there are things that people can say, you're not moved. You stand on that thing that you want to do. And me, you will say, I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me just find a way around so they can stop something to calm them down. So now I feel like we're in a government whereby
You people just say what they want to say.
they just want to
and
do what
sit
they want
down.
to do. Let them do them. The rest is not their business.
Oh, okay, fine then. Why don't we not drag those government? I think these people will want to come back. They will have people that, let's be real now, we have godfatherism in the highest order in this country. Those people, yes, their terms are ending. There are people that they are bringing back in. And we know that these people are under this actual godfather. So if we are dragging them, like these people are not responding, I feel like, especially we Gen Zs that are now coming into our awakening, we are seeing how this country, we can like, look, if you are not doing, we have power in this country. We can actually wield our power. So that, personally, I believe that most Gen Zs don't care enough. Because if we are, if like 5,000 people are daily attacking the government consecutively,
is that what they want to sit down and do with their life? This country
know.
that you want to do so much for, yesterday you want to sit down and drag them, you want to come out and protest. At the end of the day, it's amounting to nothing. So I think when people now start to think about it, they're like, what do that? When I hear people talk, I think during the time of protest, some people came out to say that nothing is going to make them enter the streets. It's not because they are not suffering the hardship. It's not because the fuel prices and all this are not affecting them. But it's simply because they cannot die for Nigeria. I would not just go outside there and put my life at risk or be tweeting stuff when I know that I don't even see it. So many times you do vox pop, you go to the streets and you give people microphones to talk about, government, what do they want government to say. Sometimes they just say that they're tired of talking because with the talking they've been talking, what has it done? Absolutely nothing. So let me pick up since government has decided not to help us, let them pick up what they can use, pick up things in their life and help themselves and run. It's not government helping anybody, it's a damn thing at this point.
But now this is not something that this is something that happens yearly. People die yearly. In Nanka, Anambra, this has been going on for almost a decade now, where consecutively their land is being eaten away. It's not as if the flood will go back. Their land is reducing.
Instead of them waiting for government, as a community, they should come together and do it for themselves. Because if you, like you said, for decades, Abby, if it has been happening since, government in, government out, nothing has happened. Why would you just do it for yourself? The government is clearly not, they don't care about that. They don't.
But do you know that the infrastructures that are mainly needed for these things are going to be large?
True.
We can say we have our problem in the government, but they are the ones where this supply is going to, if the supply is not available, it's probably because of frustrated roadblocks around them. So even if they want to, let's be realistic, there are philanthropists who have said they want to help the environment, but to not get the materials, you will see government officials, even from the lowest orders, frustrating those things because. So I think that is where we Gen Z, we're supposed to shine a light like, look, we are not taking this rubbish again. People are dying. Families are losing their businesses. People are being displaced. Like, rainy season is a terror for me, because especially when I was in school. There's a bit that I cannot even consider going across because you don't know where you will put your leg and it will drag you away. The ground will look level, you are seeing mud, but it's a terror, and this is the thing that people are they do it every day. We are not supposed to just take it lying down. Like, no, we cannot continue this 5 years, 6 years. The land is being eaten away. Are we going to still be saying we are waiting for the government? We can't be silent. We can't stay silent. We can't say because we have a bad government, we just take it lying down. We are the ones who put the government there. We are the ones.
Maybe they put themselves.
We know. So, but we have a part to play in that. We also have a part. But we're digressing.
Let's not digress. So
digressing.
But my own is just like you said, we can't keep on waiting for the government, which is very true. I agree with what you're saying. The government should step up and do what they are supposed to do. But now that they are not doing that, that's what I'm saying. They should do it themselves. If you find yourself in a community whereby things are not going right, you do it yourself. There's this road I usually pass on my way to work. The pothole was really big, massive. Like, you now start seeing vehicles passing by one side. Everybody's queuing to pass that particular side. And then it just became so bad. I just realized, I think 2 or maybe 1 week after, the next week, they had filled it up. They didn't wait for government. They did it by themselves. There's another road that is always causing traffic. They didn't wait for government. Somebody, a philanthropist, donated or whatever, and they tarred the road. Just that aspect that was bad. Because you want to wait for government from now to tomorrow. How many roads in Lagos are bad? They've not finished doing it. Where do they want to start from?
I agree that the government can't do everything, especially in the government that doesn't even care about us. They don't care about it. Yes, we could stand up and do things ourselves. But my problem is, do we even care enough as
I feel like we've accepted it. When we see things like that, we just accept it as a way of life. Especially now we're talking about natural disasters.
I see on the news, someone got drowned, dragged by gutter flow. Not even large flow, the gutter. It's gutter that dragged you away. And they were like, oh, it's bad, it's sad. And they move on. Like, it's not like sort of a part of, like, every rainy season, we know that a set of people are going to die. Like, who is going to die that will actually make people wake up? Who is it onto someone important that, oh, this is an issue? Why not now? Why not when the school students that the primary school students that are passing and they nobody says anything about that?
So I don't know. I really don't know, because like I said earlier, we've already accepted it. Oh, when it's too sunny, what can be done? You go about your business. Did they even see you crying umbrella that is doing body? Or when it's rainy and people are staying inside their houses. But more developed countries, or developed countries rather, they are thinking about their citizens. So, they found ways to put things in place for them. In Nigeria, we've accepted it. So maybe, like, God forbid, I'm not praying for it to be anybody's portion. But like you said, does something have to happen to somebody of importance before they step in? And that stepping is how they do things in this country. They'll step in this year, next year, everything will go back to normal.
Stepping in might even frustrate the people that are actually supposed to. But there's also those infrastructures where a new government or a new governance will come in and they will abandon what their predecessor did. Those also contribute. In Lagos, we have a lot of abandoned infrastructures like that. If rather than focusing on themselves, you can actually say, name me, even if it's just one thing a government does in its own time that actually helps the citizen, that will go a long way.
So basically what you're saying is things that they can do to help in this whole natural disaster case.
Natural disasters. We have man-made caused disasters.
Actually, I feel like the flood that we even suffer here, like you said, is man-made.
We can
because they are not letting the gutters work properly. House owners are building on the gutters. So where do they expect the water to pass?
There's that one too. Hawkers will literally go and put their store inside the gutter, and you now put a bridge and then you come and no. We also have our own part to play in this. Don't do when it's flooding. I think there's a Agege area. When it's flooding, this is a place where people sell their stuff. But they did not send anybody. We actually see their market in the gutter. And those stuff, once they finish, the rest of they just trade. That is also contributing. So the flood from the water from the gutter is now entering into the road. So now if people want to now walk on the road, they have to walk on those raised platforms to avoid those things. Also, we also have our own parts to play. Like I believe that we also have our own parts, not just the government. Even if the government wants to help, we know like these people will actually come and spoil it.
There's something my dad used to say: if you want something to be done well, supervise it or do it yourself. So now that you're saying we as people, we have to, not contribute to this man-made disasters that we're doing. In as much as I feel like, first of all, the government even has to make it, I don't say make it a rule, but they have to talk about it. Because how many places do you want to go to? You as a person might not throw something inside the gutter. Somebody else will. And you're not going to be with that person every time. But I feel like if the government should come out and say, okay, we're dealing with flood and they're looking for ways to, and then flood is not a natural disaster here, but then because it's man-made, we're looking for ways to put an end to it in certain parts. People should stop throwing things inside the gutter. They create more gutters, find projects that can help reduce whatever the cost of it is. Yes. If they're able to do all of that and state it, they should now have, law enforcers that would be paying attention, paying a fine, whatever the case may be, so that when they catch people, they now don't they have they have CCTV cameras on traffic lights, so that if you go past the lights or you do something when you want to go and get your new car papers, they were able to do that. Most developed countries, they have CCTV cameras everywhere. so that if somebody is wrong or somebody is doing something bad, which location is that? Which camera is there? Is working, not as if the camera is there for decoration. The camera is working so they can track it down. So if you're doing things like that in the country, in Nigeria, basically, I mean, if they put, law enforcers, they've made the rule, don't do this, don't do that, and they have law enforcers that are looking out for these people. There's this new force people that they put on the streets that wear green. I don't know, they're not called VIO, but then if you cross the road where there's bridge, they charge you fine of 50K. Now, whatever their reason was, I have no idea, maybe because of people dying or things like that. It was a good thought process. But are these people doing the work? Are they checking anything? Sometimes I'm going to work and then I see people crossing that side. You see those men inside the last mile kiosk and they are pressing their phone. They are doing something else. Or even if they are holding somebody, by the time those people give them like 2,000 or 3,000, they've moved on. You get? So they should have, I feel like everything needs to be done from scratch. Have good law enforcers that are, law enforcers that are working under you, that are disciplined and are people of integrity. So there's nothing like collecting of bribe when you're meant to be punishing the wrongdoers. And then when you put rules like this, like the one of the crossing of the road, where are your bridges? How many? You see one bridge here, you see another bridge, like how many miles in front? And you expect me for coming from there to walk all the way back to cross the road. And then those bridges are not even safe. Because you can cross, somebody snatches your bag, what wants to happen? But if it is that you're dealing with a developed country, you know that, okay, anything that wants to happen, you're getting your things back, the person is going to be punished. There's nothing like bribing the police or the law enforcer that is handling that case. Is ground root problem, you get. So by the time they do all of that, the government has said, oh, do this, to make life or to make things easier. I feel like is a way to go ahead. You get, if we're talking about natural disasters, because there's man-made disasters, because there are a lot of other things that they can do, and then we as citizens can help them. But they are the leaders and we are the followers. So if they decide that this is where they want to stand their feet and do it right in this direction, and put different people in place to make sure that they are supervising the work that these people are doing, we would adjust in this country and would follow them. That's the only way. But if they are not doing the right thing, everybody is doing one man for himself. That's why we're here.
There's that. The indifference of the government has caused us to be selfish among ourselves. But we too also have to be patriotic to our country. If we really want, if we are actually pained by what
tell you who patriotism help.
There is that. But I feel like if we are really pained, if we are like, enough is enough. Like that CCTV now, to take a while, let's be honest, to take a while before they say they want to put CCTV all over the country. We can be our own CCTV. You are seeing an official, or last month was doing wrong.
You want to bring out your phone and film them. They are telling you, delete that video. Don't snatch your phone. Don't enter your vehicles. These people are bullies with guns on them. What do you not want to do?
Like I said, we have to. It's not just going to. It's not supposed to be easy. If we're going to change this country, it's not going to be easy because this road.
That's what I'm saying. It starts from the ground roots.
It has gone deep.
They have to start uprooting all the bad people and putting people of integrity there.
We have to be brave.
But now every single person is even corrupt. So
even among us, even among the citizens,
because you see somebody now,
things that we not normally will castigate, but we will be doing it ourselves.
That's what I was trying to say. You see somebody now and say, "Oh, when I get into government, I will do this,
I
will do that."
It's from
when
here
they get into government, that's what they say they will do. They will actually, they say, now it's my own turn to eat. When the other people have eaten since that, and I feel like it started from school. Imagine being in secondary school and then you're being bullied by senior students and you can't wait to get into the senior secondary school so you can bully other people. That's basically what's happening now.
There's that. So like the problem is really deep. It doesn't just involve the government, it involves us as a people. We are not united enough as a country. And we can even start like, where did this divide come in? Where did this disconnection between the government and the people come in? It's a long issue. But if we want to move forward, we are going to have to like I said, I am exempting the boomers and the millennials because you guys, I'm talking about the Gen Zs now. We like our own fight. We can fight. If we really care about this country, we are going to have to stop being scared, stop hiding, start coming out, even if it's risky. I mean, this latest project, it was mainly the Gen Z youths that came out.
Even if it's risky, it's loud.
Even if it's risky, yes. I know. But most countries in the world, most people that are moving, they did not get that way because they were hiding.
True.
They didn't get that way. So if we want to be among the developed countries now, we are going to have to do things that developed countries did to make themselves, that we have to be brave, we have to stand up, we have to say, no, this is wrong. We're going to say, even if you see someone throwing sack of dustbin, tell the person to remove it, even if it's going to cause fight. But be careful, be safe. I'm not saying
no go chop slap. Collect slap when they don't send you.
Yeah, but it's the small things there. I will not lie, I used to throw things on the floor. Well, I'm being honest.
And that was very funny because I cannot go outside and I'm holding wrapper in my hand and I throw it on the ground. Because I always tell myself I will not be among the 1%. I will be the 1% that will not constitute to this Lagos. I rather put the trash inside my bag.
Now I put in fact there's a space in my bag where that is.
Yeah, when I get home, let me just put inside the dustbin.
I think everybody has to grow into that mentality. It's not especially in a country, it's not something we just easily come to when everybody is selfish.
Because all these things lead to one disease or the other. I mean, there's a place I pass when I'm coming back from work, going home, and then it's like it's a dustbin stuff that was put there on the road, and you see people selling around it, people eating there, the floor is muddy, people are inside the dustbin eating corn. Like, the thing makes me go crazy every single time.
The funny thing is,
and tomorrow you hear one funny disease name, you don't know where it came from. That's where it came from. You are dining with death. And you hear things like, we are Nigerians, things cannot feel. I don't want to be a Nigerian like that, please.
There was a time I wanted to get food and I saw where the person washed the plate from. I had to say, I'm coming back. I want to go and
you
get
don't go come, okay?
No, because that was the only place, because I was hungry. That was the only place I could get. I said, please, I'm going to go and get my
I won't even buy food from there again.
I had to eat.
No, I found someone because for them to washing their plate like that, you don't know what they are doing with their food.
I was so... No, the thought was in my head. Oh, but I was hungry and that was the only place. But like I said, guys, this issue goes more than just government's job. It has to go straight into our hearts. We have to care as a citizen. We have
care about
to
your country.
Not just about yourself, but how it affects. Because what affects your neighbor will inadvertently affect you. It will come to you whether you like it or not. Maybe not the way you think it will come to you, but it will still affect you. So I know we have a lot to talk about this channel, and I know we have a lot of experience, a lot of scenarios we've all gone through. So why don't you let me know in your comments what you've been, what you've seen, what you've gone through. Please like, please share, please comment.
And subscribe.
Subscribe. Until next time. Bye.